Welcome to the podcast series Talking Success. Today, we are fortunate enough to be joined by Ikechukwu Okeke, who is the CEO of Paylot Technologies. Paylot is a cryptocurrency payment solution based out of Nigeria that enables merchants to collect payments from anyone, anywhere around the world in a cheaper, faster, and more efficient way using cryptocurrencies. They believe there is a better way to payments, a cheaper, faster, and safer way that is not limited by border. Thank you so much for being with us on the podcast today. How have you been?
I've been so great. Thank you, Catherine, for inviting me. I'm excited to be with you here.
We like to just kind of dive straight in, and it would be great for you to tell us a bit more about your career journey, sort of how you started in FinTech, being a little bit later than a lot of others around 2017. And you know, having been on this journey maybe for a little bit less than a lot of others, just let us know how you've already made such a big impact.
Okay, so you've already introduced my name and then my portfolio, but I've always been a business guy, right from when I was small, when I was in school, for a little as primary school. I've always been a business guy. I was flipping, selling stuff. Even at the university, I was flipping real estate, lands and properties. So I've always been a business guy. So, and that motivated me to do all the things that I've been able to achieve, towards my career. My first intro to tech was when I started building an e-commerce in 2016. So I was building a kind of an e-commerce directory, more like a contact, a contact book, but for e-commerce. You have your contact on your iPhone or maybe your mobile phone, and then whenever you're looking for someone details, you could always find it. Now, so we noticed that sometimes, people, merchants or people that sell in bulk or people that retail find it difficult to get some access to subsidies because they don't know where it's being sold. So we wanted to be more like a directory for everything e-commerce, where you can easily see what you build, what you want to buy, and then be able to purchase it. So that was what I was building when I was introduced to Bitcoin in 2016, last quarter of 2016. It was very fascinating. Yeah, I saw with my eyes what you could be able to achieve. I could be in Nigeria and send payment to someone in the United States, and then it gets settled immediately, and the person is able to see it. I know this didn't work because I've always tried, stuff like Western Union, trying to make payment, and then there's so much limitation. It takes a lot of time, and the charges are ridiculous. The rates are not real time. So I experienced what I experienced when I was introduced to Bitcoin was a real game changer, And then I started evangelizing. I started talking to people about it, and then went ahead and then started getting people's opinion. And then most of the opinions, most of the resistance I got is I cannot be able to spend this money like I can spend, my fiat. And then that was how I said, okay, we can build a solution around it. I went on to start to build Paylot.co, which it's a payment gateway to allow people be able to make payments in cryptocurrency, allow merchants to accept a multiple form of cryptocurrency as payment from people who use it, and while we remit them, to them in Naira into their direct bank account, same day settlement. So that was my journey. That was how I started my FinTech journey. So in 2017, we started building the product, and by 2018, it was ready, and then we launched it to the market, and then we started offering merchants services. We started offering them API, payment links, invoice solution, so that they could build their clients, their customers who are abroad, maybe who are in diaspora and who cannot pay them, with their local currency. They could build them and say, okay, we heard that crypto is accessible everywhere in the world. You can pay us with Bitcoin, you can pay us with Ethereum, with this link, and then we'll get it into our bank account same day, and then we can be able to close business the very same day. So that was the beginning.
No,
and then,
that's amazing.
Yeah, so we kept on pushing it, and then when you are building in a space that is new, a space that is very much innovative, and a space that you so much believe in, it's natural. It's a natural It's a natural thing that you're going to, if you keep it up, if you put up a lot of hard work and a lot of innovation, you are going to be generally successful with it. And then you are going to be more successful than others, doing things the traditional way. Because we're talking about the new method, the smart money. So that is just it. That is how it has been so far.
And how would you say the adoption of cryptocurrency has been in Nigeria, from your experience?
Okay, the adoption is great so far. Like in Nigeria,
Awesome.
we have Nigeria. It's one of the, like I'm say, top 10 in countries that trade
Of
cryptocurrency.
course.
Yeah, like this global. The numbers have been published everywhere. Everybody knows that. Even on Google Trends, if you check Google Trends of the most search people that search Bitcoin the most, you'll see Nigeria there in top 3. As far back, I saw the future early. When I started building this company, it was not that popular.
Mm-hmm.
It's only available to the big guys, people, the intellectuals,
Yes.
people that are research, and then the big guys, people that are able to travel. Most of the people that I know that own Bitcoin then are, big investors or big civil servants or big politicians that are able to travel to Europe, and then maybe they went to a seminar and heard about Bitcoin. It was not available to the common people. Didn't even know the knowledge. But I saw this. I knew that this was going to make an impact to the finance sector, and then to the e-commerce sector. So I started building on that, and then I saw the future. I know that this is going to be a big thing. So, but the adoption then was not very impressive. We Because there was not a lot of people. We were building a futuristic product. There was not a lot of people that was aware. We kept on meeting a lot of merchants, both big merchants, the online merchants, and then physical merchants. People that we know that sell to customers that are even abroad. And then they'll be like, I've heard about Bitcoin, but I don't think I would want to accept it as a payment option now. I will tell them, more ways of accepting payment is always a good thing, because there is a customer of yours that uses Bitcoin, and then he might want to pay you with Bitcoin. So if you have it as an additional payment option, it will always be good thing. But when something is not that popular, some people might, want to wage against it. So we had issues with adoption in the beginning.
I would imagine in the beginning people were a bit reluctant, and then as they saw more people using it, and it was becoming more widespread, they warmed to it maybe.
Yeah. So what we've experienced is an evolution, from no demand to a lot of people demanding for the services now, because Bitcoin is so popular. It's everywhere now. And a lot of businesses want to be involved. We are not just having merchants, businesses who want to accept it as payment option. We are also even having people businesses, companies who want to convert their balance sheet to Bitcoin. To manage and then can control and all that. So there have been a lot of evolution. And then I'm happy that my company was situated in front of it. And then we have been able to, take our own markets. So adoption it was really slow in the beginning, but now it has picked up a lot of traction.
Going back to sort of the e-commerce space that you've obviously been in for a few years now, sort of how do you see the future of e-commerce in Nigeria growing and sort of opening up opportunities, really?
E-commerce is big in Nigeria, and then it's something that I think that will be even way much bigger in Nigeria. It will be way more bigger in Nigeria. Okay, so when I started e-commerce, I didn't go ahead to start building an e-commerce solution. I started selling as a merchant. That is why I was able to discover some issues, the merchants will experience, and then I was able to build a payment service around it. I started selling as a merchant on some e-commerce website. So I knew that most of the money that I made in school was me flipping things, not just properties, but products, physical things. So I understand that e-commerce is one of the basic, economic strong economic backbones in Nigeria. But it's going to be way bigger than that, because what we have noticed in Nigeria, for instance, are people setting up small companies, small manufacturing companies. All the things that we used to import, some people have, come together, and then they said, We can produce this with local materials. Like we have one of the biggest, shoe I know that we have one of the biggest shoe markets in Africa, but we have it in Aba, a small town in Nigeria. These guys produce a whole lot of footwears that they even import.
Mm.
You know, and then you see them. You see sometimes, so most of the brands that you see in Nigeria that are being sold as maybe Gucci, all these popular brands, they're not even from there. They are produced from Aba. So and then you see these products when you travel out to Nigeria, to some maybe neighboring African countries, even over across Africa, you see some of these products that were heavily, exported from Nigeria. So e-commerce, it's already evolving in Nigeria, and then what we have noticed is also it's a lot of merchants not just selling their products to physical customers, in their physical shop. We have noticed a lot of merchants opening websites, getting across
Yes.
e-commerce solutions, to be able to access to a broader wide of customer range. They want to sell to
Mm.
anybody anywhere in the world that can pay them attention. So it's picking up really fast. We have noticed the numbers increase.
Mm.
We have noticed the numbers increase, and then
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity, of course.
there is a lot of opportunities because now with this evolution that has happened, we that is where we find our own market. We have um, PSPs, for different kind of currencies. We have PSPs, payment service platforms, providing payment
Yes.
solutions for them in their local currency in naira. We have also PSPs that are providing solution for them in dollars, in euros. And we also have PSPs like us that are providing solution for them in crypto for people who wants to buy
Mm.
crypto.
Of
It's
course.
not just about that. We also have people like lending platforms. We have trade financiers. We have hedging companies. We like it has already created a whole lot of opportunity for different players. We have the microfinance
Mm.
bank. We have the micro lenders, and this is because this e-commerce has gone beyond physical shops, and then into an online presence. Because before now, it's not even possible that someone that is selling cloth materials in maybe in a market like in Nnewi, will have access to a company, would even know about the company that is offering microloans. But because these guys have, taken their products, just from selling from physical shops to online, these companies that are offering microloans or offering, whatever they are offering, are able to see them and then are able to, showcase their services to them, advertise to them, and then
Mm.
grown the, it has grown the rate at which e-commerce activities are being performed in Nigeria. So the future is very great. It's creating even more
Mm.
opportunities for fintech and global players
No, of course. And especially, like you say, in the cryptocurrency space.
in the cryptocurrency space, especially. I know cryptocurrency guys are huge spenders, so they're always looking for things to buy.
Amazing, amazing. But then how is this really shaking it up with the traditional banking sector? I mean, it would be great to understand, you've had really great business growth so far. And how does that really shake it up with the traditional banking service?
Okay. The traditional banking service is affected. In last year. So last year we launched a product. It's a daughter product um, um, of Paylot Technologies. We called it OBX Africa. It's a one-page off-ramp for crypto for people to get off crypto to Naira. So and then the product was going really well. We launched it as fun just to see how it would go, and then the numbers we were picking were too much, were amazing. But we experienced an issue. Around middle of last year, the CBN passed a circular to that banks and PSPs should stop supporting cryptocurrency companies to be put. So because they noticed there have been a threat. So what actually happened is one of the reasons, I'm still speculating, but one of the it's glaring. One of the reasons is that FX that banks have been doing. Normally, traditionally, when people that are abroad want to send money home, they go through banks. They go through banks, but this has not been favorable
Yes.
to them because the high rates, the poor rates, the poor rates, and then the fees, high fees, and then the long
Mm.
settlement time. But since the popularity of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in Nigeria, the tides have changed. We see these people using Bitcoin, sending Bitcoin to exchanges in Nigeria, while these exchanges credit their people. So we noticed a drop in forex in the banks are processing from almost 50 something billion to around 2 point something billion. Like, it's a huge drop. They felt a lot. They felt threatened a lot, and it's not just that that is changing. It's not just FX, the way people do forex, that is changing. It's not just the way people do remittance, sending money or send out money, that is changing. It's the way people even hold their money, because now we noticed that a lot of
Yes.
people, instead of keeping their money in the bank, with the high rate of inflation that is happening in Nigeria right now, they prefer to keep their money, with all these crypto
Mm.
startups. So we after the CBN ban, OBX South Africa evolved to OBX Finance, which is more like a crypto digital bank. So it's an exchange plus a crypto digital bank.
Okay.
And then we offer people swap across different cryptocurrencies, from volatile coins to stable coins. And then we offer them other services like interest on deposit. We offer them dollar cards, and we offer them different other services. So it's an exchange plus a crypto digital bank. And now we notice a high influx of registrations. It's been 4 months already. And in
Mm.
these 4 months, we've had 4,500 users sign up on the platform. And
Wow.
then we have had a total
Yeah.
swap of about, as of this morning, our numbers in terms of trades, we have had a total trades of over $55 million in 4 months alone. Not just that, this
Wow.
is
That's
just about
amazing.
the trades. And then when we're talking about, when we look at the assets that are under management, it's huge. It's running in millions of dollars.
Mm.
So what we have also noticed is people
Wow.
are pulling their money from banks, and then they want to
Additional.
keep it in,
Mm.
yeah, from traditional bank. They want to keep it in some of these crypto startups, and that is why crypto startups in Nigeria are doing so much well. I mean, you see companies like Yellow Card raising $15 million, in their Series A. You see other companies doing so massively because the tides are changing. The tides are changing, So the traditional banking is being threatened,
Mm.
and some of them are waking up to it, and then some of them are looking around blockchain and cryptocurrency and how to get involved. That is why we will have companies like Binance, when they declare the profit they've made in a year, it's way, 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 way more bigger than banks that have been around for centuries.
Yes. I remember you did say, your growth comparatively. Yes. Yeah. Which is
Yes. Mm.
exciting. And then it's an exciting time to be in the space. And let's talk a little bit more about the people that don't have access to financial services. There's obviously a huge amount that are unbanked. And, what opportunities is it offering these people, would you say?
Scott, could you design a video game?
I could make you a hypothetical one. If I took some random genres, mechanics, maybe blended them together, and created a new hypothetical game.
Now that would make a great podcast.
Undoubtedly.
So what would you make? Something original and exciting? A Dark Souls city builder? A co-op roguelike?
Everything. All of that. We could use the Nemesis system and put it in a first-person shooter. And we could have a loot system with survival mechanics and motion controls. And maybe you could... I don't know, save a kingdom from some out-of-control toasters. What about party?
Catch the Gaming Blender on all your favourite podcast platforms.
Okay, I think what crypto has done also, it's give power, give leverage to these people that are unbanked. Crypto is so
Yes.
easy that so far you have an internet, so far you have a mobile phone that can access the internet. That is all you have, or that is all you need, to be banked or to be financially involved.
Mm.
And crypto has become so sophisticated in Africa, in Nigeria per se, that a lot of companies are built around it. We have companies that will help you get on ramp to crypto, even if you have cash to pay. Even if you don't have a bank account and you have cash, but you want to get
Okay,
into
that's
crypto.
good.
We have companies even offering these services. So we have companies, if you want to get off ramp, we have companies that will help you get off ramp. If you want to swap from one crypto to another, that is even what OBX is doing. If you want to use your crypto to buy a product online, that is what Paylot is helping, merchants and customers do. So what these crypto companies have done is they've made their services, they've made sure that their services are available even to the unbanked places. Like I told you, earlier. So sometimes, what banks do, it's that they focus concentration, they focus their services at the higher places, the much developed places, because that is where they think that the money is, or that is where it seems like the money is. The money is there. That is why they focus that they build their branches there as many as possible. But then, the small other communities, they kind of abandon them. And what all this digital banking, digital crypto banking has done is to make sure that they push their product even to these small places. They don't need an office to operate. It's crypto. They don't even need you to be at a physical place, for them to operate. So they keep on pushing. And then with crypto, like what we have noticed, we have seen people be able to send money from, maybe from the US to their people, even in the local communities. So cryptocurrency in Nigeria has helped bank a lot of people. It has helped, make sure that a lot of people have access to financial services,
Amazing.
access to finance, has access to liquidity. And the traditional banking cannot beat that. And then in the future, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it will be even way more bigger than what we are seeing.
No, that's exciting. And what would you say has been one of the keys to your current success and how things have been sort of going?
Oh, it's just basically persistence. We kept on persisting, and then we
Okay.
kept on evolving. It was frustrating at first. We built a product that we need, like that we know. We built this for merchants. We knew that this could help them cut cost. This could help them sell more, and this could help them be able to complete more businesses. This will even give them more customers. Like when we are building the product, we have the merchants in mind, and then the user, the customers in mind also. We are not concerned about our profit.
Yes.
We're not concerned about any other thing. We just want to help merchants sell outside. And it was frustrating when you approach some of these merchants. They are reluctant, to use the product because then it was not very much popular. So we experienced that a lot. We even approached some big companies, which may not want to mention their names, but they'll be like, no. But when we think about it, when we want to accept, so we experienced a lot of no. It was difficult to sell the product at that time. So it was frustrating, and then we could have easily given up. From 2017, we started picking a lot of traction in 2020. So 3 years we kept on evolving the product. We kept on talking to the same people over and over again. So when we talk to the same people and then they are insistent that they are not going to use the product. So what we did is that we started looking for more futuristic companies, not like companies that have been not like traditional. We started looking at more companies like startups. We started talking to startups, people that we know that they know what is happening in this space, and then they are more open to innovation. We started talking to them, and they were the ones that started coming in. We talk to companies like Daba. Daba, it's an online school, and then with our payment
Yes.
gateway, he has been able to sell to more than 30 countries, and then he doesn't need to worry himself. All those people from those countries pay in crypto, and then he gets courses delivered to them. So we started talking to futuristic companies, innovative companies, startups, and then they started coming around. So we also started encouraging other other crypto enthusiasts, people that we know in the space, to launch their own solutions across different markets so that they can be able to implement our own gateway, our payment gateway. And then we also started looking at behavior of people who are using cryptocurrencies. And that is why what led us to launch OBX. And OBX has had a whole big amount of success. Like, it's crazy what our volume is in 4 months. And I'm sure that in 4 months, what we have been able to achieve in 4 months, a lot of companies that have been around for years that are very popular and that has a lot of money in their pocket has not even been able to achieve that. And all this was done bootstrapped. We have not raised any money from anybody, and then we are not even interested in raising money from anybody right now. We bootstrapped both Paylot and OBX. We bootstrap them, and then we make sure that we have a staff strength of more than 20, and then we make sure that everybody is comfortable and everybody enjoys working with the company. So it's just persistence. It's just persistent, really. I didn't give up. Neither any of my team guys.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so we just didn't give up. We were there, and then we have more than 5,000 users now. Using what we built, and then ready for us to give them even way more features.
No, that's fantastic. I mean, the future certainly sounds like it's in the sort of smart money space. So I think our listeners will be very excited to watch the space. And but thank you so much for your time. And it was really great to sort of hear a bit more about what's happening in the space, particularly in Nigeria right now, and the awesome growth that's happening, and also to sort of hear about your journey. So thank you so much for being on the podcast with us today.
I'm so grateful that I was able to talk with you. And then I'm hoping that we'll talk again soon, maybe in some months to come. I'll be so much interested to share the progress so far. Just keep an eye on us.
Thank you so much, Ikechukwu. And we definitely will. And should any of our listeners want to reach out and connect with you, where is the best place for them to do that?
Okay, so they could mail us at hello@paylot.co. That is a place they could reach us at. hello@paylot.co, or maybe support@paylot.co, and then we'll have someone get back to them immediately. And then if they want to talk about partnerships.
And also obviously LinkedIn as well.
Yes, LinkedIn. They could also contact us on LinkedIn. Our profile is on LinkedIn.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode, Talking Success, connecting the global FinTech community. Please follow us on LinkedIn under Talent in the Cloud, or if you're interested in exec talent, expanding your FinTech team, or you yourself are looking for an exciting change in your career, please check out our website, talentinthecloud.io.